Greetings from Rexall Place in Edmonton. It is Monday, February the 4th, and this is your Canucks game day report as the Vancouver Canucks prepare to face the Edmonton Oilers in a 6:30 start back in Vancouver. As you can imagine, there are a lot of storylines here in Edmonton today, and if it wasn't for Roberto Luongo, we'd certainly be talking about Cassian's 5 goals in 8 games, or Yakupov doing the same for the Oilers, or maybe the fact that Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is yet to score for Edmonton through 8 games. But the big story, and it's continued to be a big story, is the entire situation in the crease with the Vancouver Canucks. As you probably know by now, Roberto Luongo will make his 4th consecutive start for the Canucks, and amid a sea of microphones and reporters today in the Canucks dressing room, was once again asked to address the situation. And, you know, the most interesting thing with Roberto Luongo is the fact that he did play in that game in Vancouver where he allowed a couple of questionable goals in a 3-2 shootout loss to the Oilers back on January 20th. But, you know, since then his game has been rock solid. And that has a lot to do with the Canucks continuing to go to him, because this early in the season, through 8 games, you certainly want to build up some wins, and it's hard not to go to a guy who's done that for you. I mean, you could argue that perhaps the Canucks were purposely picking some of Roberto's starts, but it's hard to argue with the results. So he goes again tonight against Devan Dubnyk, who's played all 8 games for the Oilers. A good story there for Edmonton. His 2.53 goals against average and 9.25 save percentage probably doesn't tell the real story, because on a recent 3-game road trip, he stopped 100 of 105 shots in the 3 games. So certainly Dubnyk's game is where it needed to be. He comes across as much more of a starting goaltender now. So that'll be something to watch. The Canucks will certainly be pressed in that area. From a Canuck perspective, they need to be better offensively. Just the 19 goals so far this year. You need to be doing a better job than that. And knowing that Kessler and Booth are probably still a couple of weeks away, they need to get something from Chris Higgins, more than just the mucking and grinding that he does. He hasn't got a goal yet. Jannik Hansen hasn't scored yet. Those are the kind of guys who are going to have to start to find the mark, especially on the road. I mean, they've got the game here tonight. They don't play again until Thursday. So, you know, it sets up well for the Canucks to play in an arena where they usually do very well. So it's Ben Kuzma reporting from Rexall Place.